Today we'll start the session with the phylum Echinodermata. So this is the last non-coded phylum we are going to discuss, and then we'll go to coded phylums. Okay. So today we are discussing phylum Echinodermata. Okay. Now this Echinodermata, why the name is so? So it is derived from two Greek word echinus means spiny and derma means skin. Okay, so these are the organisms having spiny skin, so they are spiny bodied organisms. Okay, and why the body is spiny? Because they have the endoskeleton made up of calcareous ossicles. I will tell you later on. So the common examples that the starfish, all of you have seen that starfish, and besides that other examples, common examples are sea urchins, sea lilies, sea cucumbers and brittle stars. Okay, now let us discuss the general characters. General characters, then we'll discuss the unique characters. Okay, so their habitat, they're exclusively marine, very important, exclusively marine. Okay, means nowhere they found except the marine water. And the level of organization, they have organ system level of organization. Okay, and the symmetry here, this is very important, children. The adults are radially symmetrical and larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. Okay, so this is the only organism where both the type of symmetry are present in the different phases of the life. Okay, now come to the germ layers. They are triploblastic. I am not going to tell the meaning of triploblastic. Body cavity is coelomate. They are having coelom. True coelom is there. Then now come to the endoskeleton. Okay, so this is a special feature. So special feature. So the internal skeleton made up of calcareous ossicles. Okay, so when we take the section of the Echinodermata, we'll see the skin. In the skin, the ossicles are there. Okay, so these ossicles are some elements, rather we can say these are the microscopic elements which provides rigidity and protection to the body. Okay, so these calcareous ossicles which provides protection and support to the body, and they are embedded in the body wall. So because of this ossicles, presence of this ossicle, the surface of the body is rough and spiny. Okay, so there are different types of ossicles, but the common type of ossicles are the spiny ossicles. Okay, now come to the other characteristics. Sorry. So the other characters, this is a special feature, remember children. Now come to the other characteristics. So let me tell you here. The spiny body is due to the presence of this ossicle. Okay, now come to the digestive system. Digestive system is complete means they have both mouth and anus. So two openings are present and mouth is located so mouth is located on the lower or ventral side. Remember, lower or ventral side called oral side. Oral means mouth. So this is the side where the mouth is present. The other opening is the anus. So this is located on the upper or dorsal side, which is known as aboral side. Okay, so this is just opposite to the mouth. Now come to another unique feature, that is water vascular system. See, there is a huge difference between water vascular system and water canal system. Water canal system is present in porifera, whereas water vascular system is present in Echinodermata. The water, okay, at the end I will tell you the differences. I'll give you the notes even. So let me first explain you what is water vascular system. Okay, so this is the most distinctive feature of Echinodermata, and it is a system of fluid filled canals. Okay, and plays important role in so I am writing here. It plays a very important role in locomotion. Very, very important, children. Locomotion, capture of food, transport of food, then respiration. Okay, so these many functions are carried out by the water vascular system. Now, what exactly the water vascular system? Suppose say this is the if we take the section of the body, we'll see that there is a ring like canal present here, and at one point you will see a canal is arising and having a plate like structure where a opening is present, an opening is present, and this is called madreporite. Okay, so these are not given in your textbook, but I'm explaining you so that a clear picture of water vascular system will be there in front of you. So here, as you know, most of them are pentagonal. So let me show you the five arms. Okay, one, two, three. So there are five radial canals radiating from the center. So these are the five canals, you can say, as you can say, and so these are called radial canals. Just a minute. These are radial canals. Okay, and this is the ring canal. Okay, now through this madreporite, water enters from outside, then the water circulates through this ring canal. Okay, now water comes like this, then while circulating through this ring canal, it passes through the radial canals also. Okay, now this on the lateral side of the radial canal, the false feet like structures are there. You can say the flask shaped structures are there. The structures are like this. Okay, I'm just giving you the raw picture of this one. Okay, so on both the sides, or you can say the lateral side of the radial canal, the flask shaped structures are there. So when the water enters into it, it fills with water, and when the water exits from it, the these pouches or the flask shaped structure, which are called tube feet, they are called tube foot. Single is tube foot and plural is tube feet. So they contract and relax because they contract and expand because of the movement of water through it. As a result, they can locomote, they can move, and also they capture the food due to the circulation of the water. So this is what is called your water vascular system. Now come to excretory system. So how this excretion takes place? They do not have specialized excretory system. Okay, then how the excretion takes place? The nitrogenous waste are removed mainly by the body surface. Okay, next, now how the respiration takes place? I have already told you that respiration, the tube feet plays a very important role. So through the tube feet, through the tube feet, or sometimes it takes place by some specialized or by other specialized respiratory surface. Okay, and it depends on the group. In case of starfish, it is through the tube feet exclusively. If you take sea urchin, then it is both by the surface as well as the tube feet. So it varies from group to group. Okay, now come to the reproductive system. Here the sexes are separate. That means dioecious. Okay, and reproduction is sexual reproduction. Fertilization is external. Okay, and here the male and female gamete released to the sea water where actually the fertilization takes place. Now come to development. Development is generally indirect. Okay, indirect means involves a free swimming larval stage. Okay, and the larva is bilaterally symmetrical. Oh, I have already given, so I am not writing once again. So the larva is bilaterally symmetrical. Okay, so the common examples are starfish, sea urchin, sea lily. Okay, and sea cucumber, beetle star, and many others are also there. So briefly, let me tell you what are its specialized features. They are marine, calcareous endoskeletons are there, called ossicles. Then adult is having radial symmetry, larva is having bilateral symmetry. Water vascular system is the very distinct feature. Water vascular system consists of tube feet. They have their sexes are separate and external fertilization takes place. The alpha stage is there, which is free swimming, and the larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. Okay, so with this, Echinodermata is over. Now come to the next phylum, that is Hemichordata. Phylum Hemichordata. So previously, the Hemichordata was considered under. So it is a very important question, children. Please note down. Uh, uh, Once upon a time, the Hemichordata was earlier considered a subphylum under Chordata. Okay, so Chordata is a phylum. So under Chordata, it was considered as a subphylum. Okay, but now it is recognized as and why it was considered? Because this is very important. The reason is because they have paired pharyngeal gill slits. Okay, so this is the very important point, children. So because of the presence of this one, because it is one of the fundamental character. The chordates have three fundamental character. One is presence of notochord, second is presence of dorsal tubular nerve cord, and third one is presence of paired gill slits. So since they were having the paired gill slits, so that's why they were categorized under the chordata, and they are categorized as one of the subphylum. Okay, but now recognized as a separate phylum. Okay, hemi means half, chordata. So this is a, remember, it is a, it is the connecting link between chordata and non-chordata. Very important. Non-chordata. Okay. So it is a connecting link between chordata and non-chordata, and these are, they are exclusively marine and very small group of organism. They are small group of worm like marine animal. Okay. Okay. Then why they are not considered as chordata? Because they have stomachord in place of notochord. So why there? Now the question arises: why not studied under chordata as earlier? Okay, because the reason is that they have stomachord, very important children, stomachord instead of notochord. ओके, सो नोटोकोड की जगह पर इसमें स्टोमोकोड है. ओके, सो दिस स्टोमोकोड इज नॉट ए ट्रू नोटोकोड. ओके, सो हियर लेट मी मेंशन the, okay, the stomachord is, it is not a true notochord. Okay, I think it is clear. That's why they are not considered as the subphylum under chordata. Okay, now come to the general characters of this phylum. The general character includes they are marine, exclusively marine only. Okay, and the body is generally worm like, body is cylindrical. Okay, and they have organ system level of organization, organ system level of organization. Okay, and they have bilateral symmetry. Okay, and body, that means I am not explaining the meaning now. They are triploblastic. So these are the general features. And one more thing, they are coelomate. They are coelomate animals, means a true body cavity is present, Now come to the division of the body. Now, body division. Okay. So, body is divided into three parts. What are the three parts? The anterior proboscis. Proboscis, this is anterior. Okay. Then middle collar. This is middle. And posterior trunk, the posterior part. Okay, now let me discuss one by one. First is proboscis. The proboscis, as I said, it is the anterior most region and it helps in burrowing the uh, mm, sea surface, sea bottom, and obtaining food. Okay, so these are the burrowing animals, and the proboscis gland act as excretory organs. I will tell you. Okay, so this is very important. Proboscis gland helps in excretion. Okay, so this worm like this is a worm like structures. Let me show you the picture. uh, it somehow like this. Just a minute. So it is having, let me first draw this collar, then there is a triangular portion. Okay, so this part is called proboscis, and then the next portion is your, yeah. So I'm simply giving you raw diagram. My diagram is not that much good. Okay, ये गलत हो गया, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है. आ, फिर से बना रही हूँ. Okay, okay, it is like this. अभी थोड़ा ठीक हुआ. Okay, so we used different color. Okay, now only simply I am telling you what are the important structure. So this anterior most part is the proboscis. Okay, and in the proboscis you can see these are the proboscis glands which helps in respiration. Then this is collar, and then the rest part is the trunk. Okay, and in the trunk you can see that they are having the hepatic glands are also present in this. So you can see these are the hepatic gland. So this proboscis is a triangular and more or less pointed structure which helps in burrowing the um, sea bottom. Okay, now you can see the stomachode. Now where the stomachode is present, the stomachode here the stomachode is present. Stomachode is present. Okay, कहाँ? Colar region में. So let me write down. Stomachode is present in the colar region. Okay. Uh, Now next is trunk. Next part is trunk. Trunk is the long. It is long posterior region and contains most of the internal organs. Okay. Now circulatory system is open circulation. Next, respiration by gills. Through the gill slits, the water enters and the gaseous exchange takes place through the gills. Okay. Now, excretion by proboscis gland. Okay. And now next is your reproduction. Now come to reproduction. Sexes are separate. Means dioecious. Okay. Now fertilization is external. Is external. And that means the gametes are released to the water, and where the fertilization takes place, development is indirect. Okay. And that means a larval stage is there. And now come to the examples. Common examples are balanoglossus, which is called acorn worm. Very important. The common name is acorn worm. And the other one is number 2 is saccoglossus. Okay. And this saccoglossus is it is a hemichordate. Okay. So these are the unique and common features, general feature of the Hemichordata. Now come to the phylum Chordata. So now we will discuss the phylum Chordata. So till now we are discussing the non-chordates. Now come to phylum Chordata. Okay. Now what are Chordata? It is an important, very important phylum of the animal kingdom, and animal belonging to this phylum are having some fundamental characters. So, very important children, 3 fundamental characters of chordates or chordata. What are they? Presence of notochord. Number 2, presence of pharyngeal, paired, presence of paired pharyngeal gill slits. Then number 3, is the presence of dorsal hollow, dorsal tubular hollow nerve cord. Okay, so these are the fundamental character. But besides these, other two characters are also there which are exclusively found in the chordates. So what are they? That is presence of post-anal tail, and fifth one is presence of heart is ventral. Heart is ventral. Okay, so if in the exam it is asked what are the three fundamental characters of chordate, then you will write these three. Okay, then if what are the chordate features, then you can write down these fives. Clear? Now come to their general. First you tell me what is a notochord. From class ninth, you know that what is notochord and norchord. Okay, so what is this notochord? The notochord is a rod like structure. It is a let me tell you, write down notochord. It is a flexible rod like structure in chordates, in chordates, which provides axial support, axial support, as well as helps in embryonic development. That is not mentioned in your textbook, so I am not discussing that one. Okay, now come to the general features. The general feature includes the they are bilaterally symmetrical, bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, coelomate, organ system level of organization, okay, and you know that in higher forms the notochord is replaced by the cartilaginous or bony vertebral columns. Okay, so in vertebrates the notochord is replaced by cartilaginous. You all know what is cartilage. Cartilaginous or bony vertebral column. Okay, and they have dorsal hollow nerve cord. See, vertebral column, you know, just imagine your body. Okay, on the dorsal side we are having the vertebral column, and through this vertebral column the spinal cord passes. So that spinal cord is the nerve cord. It is our nerve cord. Okay, which is hollow and single. So the dorsal nerve cord is hollow and single. Okay, and it develops into the brain and develops into the brain. Okay. Now come to the pharyngeal gill slits. अच्छा मैं थोड़ा डायग्राम करके आपको दिखा देती हूँ. Suppose this is the head region, and you know that the digestive system, pharynx is a part of digestive system. Suppose this is the pharyngeal region. So here in all chordates you will find the pharyngeal gill slits which are present in pair. Even in case of a fish, you can see that they are having the gill slits are there. Okay, but you can ask that we are not having the pharyngeal gill slits, then why we are considered as chordate? Yes, you are correct. Okay, now we are not having the pharyngeal gill slits, but in the embryonic stage we had the pharyngeal gill slits. Okay, so that's why we are having the fundamental chordate characters. So in any stage of our life we can have this. So we had it in our embryonic stage. Okay. So the pharyngeal gill slits, its function is to help in respiration. Now come to the post-anal tail. If I will talk about the post-anal tail, then you can say that we don't have post-anal tail. Then how can we consider ourselves as chordate? Of course, but um, the tail is not visible in our case, but the vestiges of the tail vertebra is that. So there are four vertebral bone which are fused together to form coccyx vertebra. लिख देती हूँ यहाँ. Coccyx vertebra हम जब पढ़ेंगे skeletal system तब हम पढ़ेंगे. So this vertebra is present. That means it says that it proves that our ancestors had the post-anal tail. Now come to circulatory system. Circulatory system is closed circulatory system. Okay, and closed circulatory system means blood vessels are there. Blood vessels are present. Now come to some other characters. Let me summarize the chordates. The chordates are having notochord, dorsal hollow tubular notochord, paired gill slits. They have ventral heart and post-anal tail. Okay. Now come to the classification of phylum Chordata. So the phylum Chordata is classified into three groups, three subphylums. You can see subphylums. Okay, so what are these subphylums? These subphylums are Urochordata or Tunicata. TU, huh? Okay, let me rub this and write once again. Tunicata. Sorry, it is repeated. पता नहीं आज क्या हो रहा है, इतना गलत क्यों हो रहा है. Tunicata. Okay, and next is Cephalochordata. And the third one is Vertebrata. Okay, so on what basis they are named so? So here, just remember children, in Urochordata, notochord is present only in larval tail. Okay, very important. That's why they are known as Urochordata. But in case of Cephalochordata, the notochord is cephalo means head. So notochord is present, is extended from head to tail. Okay, so it is present from head to tails. Okay, and these Urochordata are commonly called as protochordates or primitive chordates. Okay, now come to some other features of Urochordata and vertebrata. In vertebrata, you know that the notochord is replaced by vertebral column. Okay, now let us discuss in details the Urochordata. They are called Tunicata because they have a outer body layer called tonicine. That's why they are known as Tunicata. Okay, and they're exclusively marine. Notochord is present in larval stage. I have already said, commonly called protochordates, means primitive chordata. Okay, now the examples are Acidia, Salpa, Doliolum, etc. Now come to the Cephalochordata. The unique feature I have already told you, so I am not repeating. And they are also exclusively marine, and the notochord persists throughout the life from head region to tail. Okay, the example is Branchiostoma, also known as Amphioxus. Okay, and they are also called lancet because they have lance like body structure. Okay, so this is all about the protochordates. Then in our next class we'll discuss about the subphylum vertebrata, and then how the vertebrates are classified into the different classes. That we'll discuss in our next video. So please go through it, children. Write line by line whatever I am saying and whatever I am writing. Okay, so thank you so much.